Google Classroom is a great learning management system for organization, communication, and really everything in between. So to create a new class, you can either click where it says create class or go up to the plus sign to create a new class. So we're going to do that. You'll have to give it a name. And then the other information is really optional. Okay, so from within the classroom, you'll see Google Fundamentals is listed there as our title. You can customize the look of your classroom. You can customize the banner. There are some stock photos that you can choose from. You can also select a class theme if you would like to. The theme is really just the accent color that's going to be used. Google will go ahead and suggest one for you based on the color of your image, but you can really pick whatever you want. You can also upload a photo to use that instead for your header image, but keep in mind that it needs to be a wide photo. So usually, I think it's 400 by 1000 pixels is what they recommend. All right, so we'll save that. So here's your Google Classroom. When you first log in, you're going to see a stream. This is where you can post announcements and things like that. Let's take a look at some of the ways to get kids into Google Classroom and some of the different settings. So we will start over here on the left-hand side, the main menu, and we're going to go down to settings. And this is where you'll find your Google Classroom settings, mostly notifications you're going to find in this area. Decide if you want to get notifications and then what email notifications you would like. You can really be very specific about that. You can also determine this by class. So if you have multiple classes, you can turn on or off notifications for those as you choose. So we'll go back over to our Google Fundamentals class. The other place to check out is the individual settings for your class. You're going to find them on the upper right-hand side. So we'll click on the little gear. And again, you'll have a chance to rename your class, add a description, all of that good stuff if necessary. Getting students into your Google Classroom, you have a couple of different options. You can have a link that you're going to share with students. This is somewhat new. You can have a class code that you would share. So you share the code and then students would go to Classroom and click that plus sign that we started with to click join class. Those are both options. You can even display the class code. So if you're maybe in class, you could put this up on the smartboard, have students type that right into their browser. So those are all options. About the stream, as I told you, is what you're going to see when you first log into Google Classroom. You can decide if students are allowed to create their own posts on the stream, or if they can only comment, or if only you can post to the stream. Usually I leave this at comment. That's just me personally. Whether you want classwork to show up on the stream. So every time you post a new assignment, do you want it to go onto that front page? You can determine what you would like for that. I usually don't put classwork on the stream, but again, it's totally up to you. The meeting link. Do you want Google Classroom to automatically generate a Google Meet link for virtual classes? If you're in class in person with the students all day, you probably don't need this. But if you're teaching virtually, it can be really a good thing. Generate the Meet link. And then you can decide if you want that to be visible to the students or invisible. And I'll show you where that is in a little bit. And then finally, you also have some options for grading. So once you've gotten the settings to where you're happy, go ahead and click Save. And that'll take us back here to the main page. So remember how I was talking about the Google Meet link? Right here, you're going to see it on that main page. Students can simply click Join and they could go right to your Google Meet. Now you can manage the settings for that link right here. You could copy the link and add it to an email, a calendar, whatever you need, or you could also just turn it off. So once you've turned it off, it's not there anymore. The students can't see it. The other thing you can think about when you're here in your managing the meeting link, if at any point you need to reset that link, for whatever reason you're ready to generate a new link, you can also reset it at this point in time. So now it's going to replace the existing link with a new one. We found during pandemic teaching, when we were using that Google Meet link all the time, it wasn't a bad idea to reset it every week or two, just to be extra safe. Students can also find the link for the Meet on the classwork page, so you'll notice that right there. One more thing I want to show you before we end this little video. In the people area, there's another way that you can invite students to class, and you can do that using email. So you could always type in their email addresses and you could invite students that way.